Over to me. Hey.
Yo, what is good in the... Well, we ain't in the hood.
We back in the
No, we're not in the
building,
hood.
baby. We back in the
hood.
building.
But
This
we
is-
are back.
Yeah, and this is Shift Real Talk. Shift Real Talk in the house, people.
Only talking real.
Only talking real.
Only
That's how
keeping
we
it real.
keep it.
Keeping
That's
it
how
real.
we keep it. So listen, we are back in the building. And the purpose for what we do, y'all, is to make sure that what we say helps somebody. So if this podcast, if this conversation helps you in any way at all, make sure that you subscribe. As a matter of fact, go a little further and hype it. Give it to somebody who you know that may need this conversation, because it's going to be a fireball, okay? And also, we want to hear your comments. Real talk in the comments, so we can go ahead, snatch them comments off and talk back to you, okay? And last but not least, don't ever forget that you can hear us anywhere. We are on all podcast platforms. That's right. You heard it here first. All podcast platforms. We are there. So ride with us, so sleep with us, however you want to do it. Now, that didn't sound right, did it? Sleep with us.
It's all
Put
good.
us on before you go to sleep. But anyway, I'm your girl, Lady Free.
I'm your boy, Pastor J.
And I'm Zadie. Yeah.
And she snatched it. Y'all,
You trying to help Ike? You trying to help Ike? Come on, Tina. You better see that. We got San Antonio.
Babe.
We got all right.
That's the shoe.
But
That's the shoe.
listen, y'all.
I gotta put
yeah.
back in.
Listen, y'all. We got a treat for y'all tonight, y'all.
Yeah.
This topic that we're talking about, man. We brung some reinforcements. We brung my boy on here. Man, I had the privilege of meeting him a couple of weeks ago, and we just connected, man, after the conversation.
Family
we just
already.
had to bring him on. He family, man, and he got a lot going on. We're going to let him introduce himself, man, but this is my boy, and we call him out here in Houston, Texas, Coach Andre.
What up? I'm happy to be in the building. What up, y'all?
What up, man? What's goody, man?
Man, I'm happy, healthy, and wealthy.
Man, that's
That's
what's
what I'm
up,
talking
man.
about.
Listen, y'all, I
Spread
just got to give a little shout out. I mean, not a
Lord
shout out, but man, when I first met him, man, I can't lie. I'm from New York. I put judgment on this guy. I was like, man, who this guy? But when I met him and he gave me his card, it was like a novel of stuff that he do.
The guy.
I was like, see, that's what you get. That's what you get, Pastor J,
right.
for going and judging folk. Because it ain't about the look. It's about the work. And when I tell you this brother is working, man, he got a book, man. Tell us about some of the stuff you got going on, man.
Yeah, man. So for those who don't know, I'm the ramen realtor for your dream home. We need to buy or sell.
Yeah.
I'm a purpose coach for those that feel like they're going through hell. I'm the speaker here to motivate, encourage, and inspire. I'm a poet as well. I got the mic spit bars of fire. This book that I wrote is changing lives as well. A servant is what I am on a mission to serve, not sell. When it's all said and done, help others reach their full potential by helping find their purpose to find true joy. It is essential. So, Coach Andre is my name. Inspiration is who I be. It is true. I live to give, and you will notice me.
I bet you he just spit that right off the top of his brain, man. Like really. Like, so where can they find you, man? We'll do that in the beginning of the show and at the end. So when because our folk they tuning in, they coming in now. But where can they find you?
I mean, I'm all over the place, man. If you Google Coach Andre Notice, I pull up. But you can also go to mycoachandre.com. Instagram is going to be You Will Notice Me, because my last name is Notice. So I'll play on that.
Okay, man, that's what's up.
You
man.
will notice.
You will notice me.
Absolutely.
That's what's
Come
up.
here.
Well, let's not play with this, man. Let's not even waste no more time, man. Let's delve into this conversation, man, because we got Coach here, we got reinforcements, man. So I promise you, y'all gonna get some
Goody,
tonight.
goody.
Gems.
Y'all gonna get some snaps tonight. I'm telling you, man. So we're gonna need y'all to put the snaps up in the chat and all of that good
And
stuff,
when we
man.
get close to the end, y'all, we know we're going to have Coach
And
Andre.
because he's a poet.
Wait, Poppy. All the way to the period,
Okay,
please.
I'm sorry.
That's what we have, Coach. It's this thing where when we interrupt each other as a married couple, we say, look, listen to the
Can I-
period.
yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, come on,
And-
come
yeah.
on, come
Okay,
on.
hold
Your
up.
pi-
Wait now.
She's taking her time.
Period.
The people
No,
logging
Okay,
in.
okay. Well, why they logging in? All right, I forgot what I was gonna say. I'll remember it later.
He gonna have to.
He do be
He
like
gonna have to
that, though.
spit some poetry before
That's what I was
he
gonna
leaves,
say.
because he is a poet. So he gonna have to spit some.
Yes.
What's going on, Patricia? Thank you for tuning in with us.
Absolutely.
But listen, y'all. Today's topic is toxic.
Okay, trauma bonds, baby.
No, it's not.
It is trauma bonds, the ties that
There you go.
break us.
No, yes, the ties.
You
that
better know
break
that I
us.
have your bag.
Oh, you do.
Eh.
The
Anyway.
ties that break us. Zany, you hear her over here?
So y'all, we talk
yeah,
about
I love it.
trauma
Especially that-
bonds.
That's real.
What you know about that? What's your coach?
That's real.
Coach, listen. Give us a little introduction of what you understand trauma bonds to be, so that people, a lot of times, they don't know. We just throw that out there all the time. So break it down for us in this little intro so people can know what are trauma bonds.
So the thing about it is that what the Bible calls the heart, science called the subconscious mind. A trauma bond is something that happened in your experience, in your past history, usually in your early years of life, that has such an impact on you emotionally that it's stuck with you because it's seeped into the subconscious mind. Now, what most people don't understand is that your first 7 years of life is when the subconscious mind or heart is the most impressionable.
Right.
And it's the number 7 on purpose because 7 is God's number of completion or perfection. That's why you have 7 days in a week. That's why we have 7 colors in a rainbow. The number 7 is very specific to God.
Right.
So because of that, what happens in a child's life in this first 7 years is going to be that more impactful throughout the rest of their lives. So a trauma bond is when an experience happens, whether it's something that happens on a repetitive basis based on the things that they hear, or a traumatic experience such as molestation. That is going to seep into that child's subconscious.
Yeah.
And if they don't go through the necessary steps, then they carry that throughout life.
Wow.
Whoa,
That's
is
why
so
you have
true.
people that are 40 years old,
Yeah.
but they're still activating like a 11-year-old boy.
Right.
right.
'Cause
They
that's
never
the
got over
place
the
where
trauma.
right.
And to be honest with you, a lot of grown people are still stuck
Yeah.
at that mindset of that 4-year-old
Correct.
that was hurt.
Correct.
So
Yeah.
you'll be in a relationship with somebody who you believe may be 30 plus.
Right.
But they're mentally they're
Correct.
4.
Right.
They're stuck at that stage. So this is
Right.
what
Correct.
you're dealing with.
Uh-huh.
So how do we, like, is it wrong? Because I see this happen a lot in relationships.
Right.
Is it wrong for somebody to blame their partner or the person that they're trying to get with or the person that they're bonding with through the trauma? Is it wrong or is it right to blame them on the missing needs that we need and that we coming into the relationship needing?
I don't think it's right to blame them, but I also believe that that person has a responsibility to do the work, whatever that
Yeah.
looks like, to get over that trauma. Unfortunately, we live in a society where everything's based on ego. And that ego says there's nothing wrong with me. Like we're just now getting to the point now where people that look like us are more accepting
Yeah.
to therapy.
No, I
That was
got it.
never a thing 20
Right.
years ago.
Yeah,
Not at
That was
all.
never a thing 30 years ago.
Yeah, yeah.
So because of that, because you were not accepting to therapy, that means not only did you carry this trauma, but you actually passed this trauma down to the next generation.
Right. Absolutely.
And there is a person that I follow by the name of he wrote a book on this called I forgot the name. It'll come back to me in a second.
Okay.
But he wrote a book on this and how that trauma can get passed down
Oh yeah.
through
Yeah.
genes.
Absolutely. And the reason why I asked that is because I see, like, we were one thing about me, Zany, and wifey, we always share scripture and we share little things that we either study or read about during the week. So we shared this this passage that was talking about how men, they get so focused on providing till
Yeah.
they forget the nurturing.
Yeah.
Cultivation.
Right.
The cultivating.
Yeah.
Right.
They forget the cultivating.
Correct.
So what happens is when they get into marriages and they get into relationships, their focus is strictly providing.
Yeah.
So they miss out on a lot of the things that they're supposed to implant into the sons,
Yeah.
that they're supposed to implant into the wives.
Right.
And because of that, then now you coming in with a need like,
Right.
I've been doing all this providing and
Right.
you ain't respecting me and such and such. So yeah, so now
Imbalanced.
we're blaming somebody else for something that we as men are not really focusing on. We're focusing on the provision part and not understanding where our source is coming from in that provision. So this is confusing a lot of the families and it's an imbalance.
And that's
So
what I wanted to add.
That's
And
a,
that's what
that's
I
a
wanted
real
to
issue.
add
But if you
because
look online on
top
social
of-
media, what do you see women always talking about? Who gonna pay my bills? Who gonna do this? It's
Yeah,
all
yeah.
it's all about this.
Yeah.
So when the focus is there, where attention goes, energy flows.
yeah, gotcha.
Right.
What
And
you,
that's where the focus is.
got
Right.
you. What you said,
So that's what I
Zany?
wanted to add. I wanted to add it because accountability is definitely a big issue, nowadays. However, a factor that we are missing is that a lot of our traumas we don't even identify as traumas because they have been passed down. So we look at them as normal behaviors.
Normal
Right?
behavior.
Yes.
So that's why it's easy for others to point the finger to say, "Oh, it's your fault. Oh, it's your fault." I know I've gone through 5 different relationships, but I just can't find that perfect one. Nobody is perfect for me, and we never see the error that we are where we play a role in any of that
Right.
because it's normal behavior to us. So that's when it takes someone to say, "Hey, you ever thought, it could be you?"
And you know what?
Just somebody to challenge us.
Got you.
Right. I have a friend of ours. I don't know where he got this from, but you just like you said, like I've been in 5 relationships. None of them been healthy, but it's not me. It's you. You're the problem. It's not me. He said, if everywhere you go, you smell boo boo, check your shoes.
Okay.
Yeah.
He said, check your shoes, right?
I love it. I
Yeah.
love
Because
it.
what we don't realize is we always looking outer.
Outside. Yep.
We
Yeah,
always
yeah.
want to look outside because number one, this is what I believe has happened because of the trauma and because we've normalized it. Then what happens is we have taken accountability out of the picture
Yep.
and decided I am not the fault for this. This is not my fault. This is just the way I am. Love me for me. This me. If you gonna, and so what we did was when we took accountability out of it, then what that did was it made it like oil. It made an easy slide from one generation to the next generation. And then on top of what you already traumatically dealing with, now the other generation, they add stuff on top of that. And it just gets the
Yes.
mountain, the boo-boo gets higher and higher. And you wondering who's thinking. It's you, boo.
Yes.
So I got a question for y'all. How do you know? And what does the pain look like? What does it look like?
Yeah, it shows up in different areas in different ways. So it's not like a one size fits all.
Yeah.
Different people deal with trauma in different ways. But one thing that I do know is what goes in comes out.
Yeah.
Okay.
And eventually it's going to come out and it's going to show up in how they act and how they speak and how they perceive things. It's a filter.
Yeah.
So everything that they hear is going to be processed through that filter. Even though that filter is dirty because they never cleansed it.
Yeah.
Wow.
They never had that therapeutic resolution.
Yeah.
So now they're seeing things and perceiving things
Yeah.
through a dirty lens and a dirty filter. It's only a recipe for disaster. And because of what I said earlier, because of ego, they never look at me as a possibility to being the issue.
Right.
This is the reason why I cannot stand ghosting.
Oh, break it down.
I'm going to tell you a story. When I was working my very last job I've ever had in my life. When I first got there, I was an amazing employee. They all loved me. The manager loved me. My employees, they all loved me. Towards the end of me being there, I started hearing things like, "What's changed? You're different. Your tone, things like that." Now, I didn't realize that it was showing up, that I was showing up differently. I didn't realize that I was coming off differently. I didn't realize that my tone was rude, was what they told me. Now, why am I saying that? Because had multiple people not come across and tell me the same thing, I could not identify with the fact that I was a problem.
Wow.
So my point is, when you're dealing with somebody on a personal level, whether you just met them or y'all been talking for a while, and then you just stop responding, how can that person know they have an issue if you never told them they have an issue? It's one thing for you to say, hey, man, just so you know, you come off as kind of rude. Now, he might hear that and do nothing with it. And she's just tripping.
Right.
But then she deals with somebody else and she says the same thing. Just let you know, you come off as kind of rude. I he's heard that before.
Yeah.
Right.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
At some point, when you keep hearing the same thing, at some point, you're going to have to.
Yeah.
Maybe it is something about me, but when you go with somebody, you don't give that chance, that opportunity to have that awareness. So I have a process that I go through. It's called 5 Steps to Change or Break Habits. The very first step to change is 5 A's. 5 A's to change and break new habits.
Okay.
The very first step to change is awareness. You cannot change a situation that you are unaware of.
Right.
It is impossible.
Yeah.
The next step to change is accountability
Yeah.
Come on.
or acceptance. That's my
Yes.
second A. You cannot change a situation that you are not aware of and then take an accountability for, which means the moment you point the finger, whatever you point the finger at, whoever you point the finger to has the power.
Yeah.
So you can't change and shift the power in your direction because you're pointing to someone or something else.
Okay.
So ghosting, it takes away that person from having that accountability and that awareness.
Got you.
Wow.
So it's funny that you say that, because one thing I noticed that pain looks like is you're bleeding on me. I'm the one getting the blood and you're the one bleeding, but I'm getting,
Yeah.
I got to wipe it off me because it's cool. It's like you just throwing your blood on me, or like, there's this garbage truck. My wife gave this example. There's a garbage truck, and if you drive behind the garbage truck, everything that the wind is
it's a
blowing,
cement truck.
a cement truck. If you driving behind this cement truck, everything that comes off of the truck is hitting you.
Your windshield.
It's hitting your windshield.
In your car.
And you ain't got nothing to do with that truck. But the crazy part is, if you stay behind that truck, that glass, the rock is gonna break your glass.
Right.
Eventually.
The cement.
Eventually, it's gonna break your glass. So you're gonna have to either get around the truck and
Or
get in
stay
front of it,
real far
or
back.
stay in behind of it, or stay way back so you don't get hit by the rocks. But
Yeah.
And the thing with that is, since you brought that up, that's like, I'm not going to say who, but this is like, I was really asking God, please, please, please help me to deal with the trauma and the way this young lady young lady that's in my life, help me to deal with how she how she throws off. She doesn't realize she throws off.
Yeah.
Because she dealt with her trauma by being delusional. Is what I mean by that is, she doesn't face it. She pushes it aside and acts as though it's not there. So she's training herself to believe that the things that are actually, it's like she's training herself not to accept and believe in the reality of life, but to push it off and not deal with it and try to make everything okay. But what happens in doing that is, it was like that. I was riding down the street and I saw this real nice car, and it was driving really far back from this cement truck. And it seemed like other cars was kind of driving back too. And I didn't realize what they were doing until I got up close. And all of those little cement pebbles was flying off that cement truck as it was driving down the expressway. And it made me realize, wow, God have a way of showing you things and you're not even realizing. This is his revelation to me. Sometimes people throw off. The man that was driving had nothing to do with the truck. He wasn't malicious. The person inside had no clue that what was going on was He was damaging everything and everybody around him, and he was just minding his own business going down the street. That's what trauma does. And sometimes we think that trauma, we disguise it, and we think that, okay, I want to ask this question when we talk about disguise. And sometimes people don't know, like you said, Coach, you didn't know that that's how you was coming off. I don't believe that this young lady in my life knows that that's how she's coming off. Even some things that I do, if it were not for my husband being very vocal, okay, and hurtful, it hurt my feelings sometimes, you know. But if it wasn't for him being raw with me and real with me, sometimes I wouldn't have known. I thought I was good.
Yeah.
I thought I was excellent.
Yeah.
But he helped me to understand, no, babe, hold up. So with that being said, trauma bonds happen, right? We think that people are disguising that trauma, but are they really disguising it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what it goes back to what I said earlier, because when you said you didn't know that you were coming off like that, like I didn't know, that's because it's out of your subconscious. So over 90% of your life is portrayed by what is in your subconscious mind. Now, you can't tell what's in your subconscious mind other than looking at your results.
Yeah.
Oh.
Now, unfortunately, you don't even realize that some of your results are faulty. Like sometimes other people can recognize it before you recognize it.
No,
Because
I believe that.
Because the Bible says the heart is deceitful. You
desperately wicked.
Exactly. So you lie to yourself all the time. Don't even recognize you're lying to yourself until you
Wow.
learn.
Yeah.
Till you learn how to become aware, and that comes from doing the work. But
Right.
most people don't want to do the work because the work is uncomfortable.
Very.
The work is painful. The work will make you sit by yourself and say, "Man, I got some issues."
Yeah.
And ego doesn't want you to come to that realization.
That's right. It's so.
And I have to agree with
yeah.
Coach.
Yeah.
I have to agree with Coach. You know, his example is beautiful for your question, Lady Free. How, you know, it can disguise itself as passion, right? Because the first thing he said was, I was an excellent employee. Like everybody loves me, right? So I had a situation in one of my previous employer. I was one of the top employees. They kept promoting me. They had me doing all these extra projects. And even though I was doing all of that and excelling, I was unhappy. But I felt like I was excelling because of passion. The truth is, I was pushing as hard as I was pushing because I was disguising everything else that was going on. Because I felt like, hey, I may as well be good at something. So I was pushing. Like I was working weekends, I was working late nights, and I was salary. But still in all, I had no boundary. And everybody kept telling me, you need to set boundaries. Oh no, not me. Because it was passion. It wasn't passion. I was disguising my pain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a real thing.
Yeah.
Happens all the time.
Absolutely. How many of us always? 'Cause it's like we do this all the time. It's like we would actually busy ourselves in situation to cover from what's really inside of us.
Yeah.
So that pain is really bothering us, but we'll
festering.
busy ourselves to cover it. So that's the disguise.
Correct.
We know it's there.
We'll do what we're good at.
Yeah. All we do that's what's gonna. Some of it, like we talk about this all the time. Some of us go to drugs to mask that pain. Some of us go to women. Some of us go to duties and things to cover that. But
Workaholics,
whatever you got to do
Yeah.
you busy yourself so you don't have to. Because if you
Deal with that
get
pain.
if you get that opportunity by yourself, then what's gonna come out?
It's painful.
That it's
You're
painful.
gonna have
You're
to
gonna-
sit with yourself. You're gonna have to sit in that pain, and that's how. Okay, you know how you're in a relationship and you wonder, okay, so that relationship, it didn't go good. We broke up. We're done. And then you get into another relationship and you find yourself different body type, different look, different
same
name,
person.
the
Yeah.
same person.
Yeah.
Because people don't realize that the traumas that you have experienced, and like you said, Coach, that you held on to, what happens with those traumas are your norm.
Yeah.
You learned how to deal.
Absolutely.
I'm talking about when I say you learned how to figure out life through the things that happened traumatically in your life.
That's real.
So because you have created, it's almost like the little video game, how you create a whole world. based on your trauma, what you think you're gonna what you think you're gonna draw to you? Somebody that can speak to whatever it is that you built this world in, that and their trauma is gonna almost lock into your trauma, and y'all gonna think it's some great connection until both of your traumas begin to show themselves. And when those traumas show themselves, now you're at war, now you're battling, and you wonder what happened. He was so passionate in the beginning, he loved me so much, or she was so amazing in the beginning, because you were missing something. Their trauma spoke to what you were missing. They poured into you, they poured their trauma into you, you poured your trauma into them, and now y'all have a bond, and that bond will break you over time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because let's be honest, I'm sorry, go ahead. No, Coach, you go.
This may seem off topic, but I'm gonna bring it back around. I have a little brother who was a lot younger than I am. I think he just graduated high school last year, and we would play the video game sometimes, right? And a basketball game, and I would beat his behind.
2K.
NBA 2K. And what's funny is, like, when I start beating him real bad, he'd be ready to quit, but I wouldn't let him quit.
Right. Yeah.
I would not let him quit.
Mm.
I said, you go do something else if you want, but you're not quitting this game. And I was teaching him something, because the moment that I allow him to quit, he's actually impressing his subconscious mind to think it's okay that when things get hard, I can just quit.
Right.
So I was teaching him a principle. You don't quit when things get hard. Now, my point is, it's the same way for what you were talking about. You build up a habit of when it gets uncomfortable and you feel that trauma or the effects of it, you busy yourself for something. That becomes a habit. And then now, before you even think consciously, you're already moving into that action because you've built up a habit of doing so.
Right.
Gotcha. Mia?
Zane, you were about to say something?
No, I was actually about to give an example like him, because as you were talking, I saw it in my mind. It's like somebody who has an attachment issue, right? And so they get with somebody who gives them all the attention in the world. Well, we do know that life changes. So you have life situations. Then you also have it to where maybe somebody grows out of their trauma while somebody else doesn't grow. So when that person can no longer give you that attention, then that's when you feel like, oh, that's not the person for me. But it was the person for you as long as they were giving you all that attention. And people don't realize that alone in itself is the trauma bond that we're talking about. He answers everything for me. Every insecurity that I was feeling, he feels that. And vice versa for a man. She makes me feel like a man. Like, even if you have to say that she makes you feel like a man, what happens when she says something that makes you feel belittled?
Less than a man,
is she then now evil? So you got to find that security in yourself. And if you find it in other people, just know that's a trauma there that you're finding for people to feel. And a man can never fulfill that 100% of the time. And when I say man, I mean man or woman.
Yeah.
Can't feel that 100% of the time.
Yeah, it's a very, very, very dangerous thing. I have a friend right now. We've been friends for a very long time. And he went through a divorce with his wife. And how I became a coach, honestly, is with people that know me reaching out to me and asking me my opinion about things, and I'm just helping them through the situation. Not even realize what I'm doing.
Yeah.
For years I was doing this.
Yeah.
And I just started asking them questions, just being there as a friend, because there's never any judgment with me. I just want to help, genuinely want to help. But I was asking him questions, and then I remember asking him this one question, and he was telling me how she was there from him when he really needed a friend, and how she was filling all these holes and gaps and this and that. So let me ask you a question, brother. Is it possible? Because I asked him if you believe that's the person, that guy, that plays for me. He said, yeah, because she was doing XYZ when I was going through XYZ. So let me ask you a question, brother. Is it possible that she was supposed to be there for you to help you through that situation, but it was supposed to be for a season, but you turned it into a lifetime?
My goodness.
That's right. That's
Is
right.
it
That's right.
possible?
There's only some people
Man,
that's supposed
his-
to walk through the summers with us, but we take them through the winter.
He got it. Man, he got it.
Right.
Let me get this coat for you because I
Man,
think you're going to go through
look.
the winter with me.
Right.
Look, he got it. Immediately he got it. He
Wow.
said, man,
Yeah.
that's it.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all,
That's right.
I don't-
Because when you study, like I study psychology, and I say this a lot too, because like you said earlier, the mind is the fastest developing organ in the body, and in from infant to your first couple of years, this is where
7 years.
your brain is developing.
7 years.
So
That's the reason why children are always repeating you.
Because
they're trying to. They're programming that subconscious.
They're programming that. So and that scientists study this, and there's these are scientific studies. So
Absolutely.
what happens is if there's an absenteeism, especially when there's things that are happen scientifically, and then there's things that happen naturally.
Right.
So there's supposed to be some things that we gain naturally as well, and spiritually as we're growing.
Absolutely.
So when those things are missing, when we get older, what we try to do is we try to replace
fill that
those
gap.
things that are missing because our mind says, has developed like this is supposed to be here. You know, this is what we're developing as a child. So it's telling us that this is supposed to be here. So now when we get older, we're looking for that absence. We're looking and we're trying to replace it with something that mimics it,
Right.
not what it really supposed to be. So
Exactly.
we get ourselves in trouble because we're looking for the imposter and not understanding that the real true is inside of us.
Right.
And when we don't really dig, so that's what happens when we gotta be by ourselves, because it's like, no, I can't do this. And this is what we done told ourselves as we were younger, like, okay, maybe something was wrong with me. The reason why this didn't happen because maybe they didn't really like me. So these are the things that are developing in our head. So we go in with this guilt and we go in with this shame and we go in feeling like I'm not good enough. So what we do is now we mimic something to take the place, and it's not even to our potential because God made us the head, not the tail. So we go after the tail.
We go after the tail.
Low hanging fruit.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
We go after the tail because
Yo.
it mimics it's a presence. It's not even the actual thing.
So let me add something to what you just said. Okay, I don't know if you guys, because y'all are very busy and important, and y'all going after the bag. But I have seen TV where Love Is Blind season 9. I know so many people are talking about this. Calibria and Edmund. Okay, so I have to say, one thing that I noticed, and this is what I thought about when we were talking about trauma bonds, the ties that break us, right? She said she didn't have her dad in her life, and she longed for that relationship until she began to act like it was no big deal. But she longed for a man to tell her she was beautiful and make her feel special and all of that stuff, and just make her feel protected and loved, right? So she gets on the other side of the wall of a dude that says, "You're the greatest thing ever, Calibria. I love you. Oh my God." And he just gives her all of this, like,
Admiration.
You're everything to me. You're the only one. And it was just so amazing to her, and she's such a beautiful young lady. But because that was something that was traumatic for her in her life, not having her dad there, and because I can imagine her being a little bitty girl longing for her dad's love and attention, and here she is now on the other side of the wall to a dude whose trauma was he was adopted and not adopted in many foster homes. He didn't have the love of his mother, right? He didn't have the love that he needed, going from bouncing from place to place. So now here he is. He wanted so bad that he give it to, and they both trauma, right? And their traumas began to, I guess, feel like that love was so blind, and they are now in love, and I love you so much, will you marry me, and all of that stuff. And I said to myself, oh my God, they are falling in love with each other's trauma. He falling in love with what he did not get growing up that she gives him, because she's such a beautiful, caring, nurturing mother. She's a counselor.
Got you. So the question would be, why do we stay in these traumas?
But that's why. Same as what you just said.
Yeah.
And same as what I'm saying through my example. You trying to rush me. He be trying to rush me.
No, I'm not.
But my example is beautiful, honey, because
It
I
is.
noticed it. It's like, wow. She needed that, and he gave it to her, not knowing anything else about him. She didn't even listen to him,
Amen.
to be honest. She didn't listen to what he was saying, really. She was listening for what she needed from him. And when she grabbed hold to that, her trauma says, okay, I'm going to stay with this one. And that's why we stay.
Why? That's the question.
See, that's the thing.
Yeah.
That's the thing. So
Okay.
you kind of like leaned into it earlier when you was talking about we end up searching for something in us that's empty, right? So we feel this emptiness, and if we don't find out like the source that fills that emptiness,
Yeah.
we look for it in man.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So we're searching for somebody
Got
or
you.
something to fulfill us, fill that emptiness. And then we end up getting somebody who doesn't feel the emptiness, but it is a resemblance of what makes
That
me happy.
fool's gold. Yes.
Right. So we take that resemblance of what makes us happy and we think, oh, I'm full now. I'm happy.
Until
But there's always something missing because it's not full yet. And so as soon as that person disappoints us, as soon as that person doesn't feel that emptiness anymore, then we've on to the next thing, looking again.
Yeah.
Because we don't realize, I was trying to find it. It's a scripture in the Bible that talks about that we shouldn't put our trust in no man because they will disappoint us.
yeah.
And we don't realize that. Even the person
Yeah.
who loves us the most, our parents, like all man, at some point will disappoint us. And that's why we got to find fullness within ourselves in our whole totality, and finding that God will fill us in that emptiness, but within ourselves, not
Yeah.
outside.
Not outside. Right. We outside.
Yeah,
No.
Coach. Yeah, Coach. I know you got something. You look
Well, I've learned that the way that God designed us, He designed us with holes, and those holes have to be filled.
my bad. I didn't hear the L at the end.
Here you go. I'm not playing with you.
Oh Lord.
Not playing with
all
you,
right.
baby.
It's just
Sure is.
I'm gonna let you make it, man.
okay. I'm
Let you
sorry.
make
My bad. Okay.
He designed us with holes, right? And then these holes, they have to be filled with specific things.
Yeah.
So what do I mean by that? There's a hole that can only be filled by fatherhood. It doesn't matter what you do, you can't fill that hole. There's a hole that can only be filled with motherhood.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's a hole that can only be filled with fulfillment by knowing and walking in your purpose.
Got you.
You feel complete when you're doing those type of things, like what I'm doing right now. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. There's a hole for God's divine love, right?
Yeah.
Now, all these are holes. What happens is when that hole doesn't get filled with what it's supposed to be filled with, now there's a gap there. Now, when there's a gap there, that's okay. Gaps happen. But the only person that can fill any one of those holes
Yep.
is Christ.
That's right.
Come here.
That's right.
He's the only one that can fill the hole
That's
of
right.
fatherhood, of motherhood.
right.
He's the only one. Now, what happens is because we don't go after and chase him to
right.
fill that hole, we're going to replace that hole with something that's earthly.
That's right.
And then we find ourselves in a constant battle and spiral with something that never filled the hole.
Never.
That's why they go from one relationship to the next,
That's right.
one drug to the next, one drink to the next, because the hole was never
That's right.
filled.
You know the crazy part, Coach, is it don't even fit in that hole.
It weren't supposed to.
It don't even fit. It's like trying to put a square in a round
peg.
In a round peg.
It weren't supposed to. So you have to learn that Christ is the only
Absolutely.
sufficient
Absolutely.
source
Absolutely.
that can fill that hole.
Let me read a comment real quick. Patricia said, that's how the person take advantage of you because they know what you're missing, what you're lacking, and you get to see, and they get to see you because you're hungry for it. So I want to ask y'all, too, a question. It says, there's a misconception that we have about staying in relationships that we know that are toxic.
Yeah.
The conception is Well, because I'm where I need to be, I can help them. What's the problem with that conception here? Misconception, y'all.
You can, first of all, you can only help a person that wants to be helped. And a person can only want to be helped if they're aware that there's a problem.
Yeah.
The A.
Yeah.
It goes back to the 5 A's I was talking about.
Yeah, yeah.
Most people aren't aware that they're a problem because of ego. It says the name me is you.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know what? You know what is another misconception too? I mean, another problem with that is some people feed off of projects.
Yeah.
Some people,
Yeah.
it's like they're not satisfied
Right.
unless
With
they're helping somebody.
But that's an insecurity within
That's
themselves.
an insecurity.
And it
I'm about
comes
to
from
say that.
somewhere.
That's a toxic trait within itself.
Yes.
Yes.
I was just about to say that.
And it
The
comes
need
from
to be
somewhere.
needed.
The need
Right.
to be needed.
Because when I was little,
Yeah.
I wish that somebody did me that way. I wish that somebody came to my rescue. I wish that somebody was there to protect and help me. I wish they didn't give up on me. I was a bad kid, I get it, but you gave up on me. So now I'm an adult and I get with a man and I'm saying, "Oh, I'll never give up on you. I'll never do you like they did me. I'll never give up.
Yeah. That's
I
crazy.
can
Yeah, 'cause
fix
I had
him.
this-
Don't worry."
Yep. I had this bad case when I was younger of making sure that everybody I came in contact with felt loved. Like, I can't be the one to make you not feel loved. I'm going to make sure you feel loved. I
Yeah.
remember even down to a situation, God clearly spoke in my ear and told me to not have that relationship. And I told God, "Oh, I can't be the one to disappoint that person. Not me, God."
So where did
I'm
that
laughing
come
now because
from?
it's funny. It came
Yeah.
from the fact that I wanted to be loved like that. I wanted to feel, because as a child, I felt rejected. I felt rejected from my mom's side. I felt rejected from my dad's side. The only person who showered me with love was my mom. My dad didn't shout at me when I was younger. So all of that rejection, like constant rejection, I didn't want to be the one to make anyone else feel rejected. And I was always different too. So even in high school, not even high school, just school period, I had bullies. I had people take advantage of me. I had people just do all kind of crazy stuff. So I just felt rejection all the way around me. So in my mind, I was not going to be the one to reject anybody or make
Wow.
anybody feel unloved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It
it's
goes,
a toxic trait within itself.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it goes down to how you perceive and handle and deal with trauma. So let me ask you guys a question, all three of you. What's the difference between the Batman and the Joker?
One fights crime and one does crime.
Down to the core. The difference between the Batman and the Joker, they both experienced trauma. One said, "This hurts so bad, I'm going to make sure nobody else feels this pain." And he became the Batman. The other young man or child felt the same trauma, the same pain. And he said, "This hurts so bad, I'm going to make sure the whole world feels my pain."
My goodness.
It's how you internalize and decide to deal with trauma. You have a chance, you have a choice to become the victim or victor, the Batman or the Joker.
Right.
But the choice is yours.
That's right.
And that's
Or
why
get you a Robin.
Can't with this guy.
you see what I deal with?
Or get you a
This
Robin.
is my life, right? This is my life. So
Yeah.
that's why it's very important to be, like you said, aware. You have to be aware. You have to have people in your community and in your circle, in your close, in the holies of holies, that will be honest with you about how they experience you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because if you don't have those people that are honest with you about how they experience you, then you're going to continue a toxic cycle. You're never going to break it because who's there to be honest enough
You're right.
and love on you enough? We got it misconstrued today where when people are honest with you, they haters. No, If these people are in your life and you trust them enough to have them close to you, and they tell you something about how they experience you and it's not the greatness that you thought that you were,
Yeah.
then at least think about it for a minute. Don't just push it off as something, oh, they being negative. They may just be trying to help you understand how to break a cycle of toxicity in your life because they didn't go through the trauma you went through, but they're experiencing you through your trauma and they can see it.
Absolutely.
So sometimes it's good for us to listen because a lot of us are tied. We are truly tied
Absolutely.
in toxic relationships and we think it's normal and it's not.
You know, Coach, I got a piggyback. They on here saying, Coach, that was deep, and I piggyback on you a little bit because it is true. Like the first relationship that we see is the one that we were born in. Mm-hmm. So if we see toxicness, then in our mindset, this is what my situation is going to look like as well. Like it's like if the only relationship that I known
Is
to
that
learn
one?
from,
Yeah.
then my situation is going to be the same thing because I've seen it. So we mirror that.
Yeah.
That's why exposure is so vital in a child's life, in the rearing and development of a child. Because here's the thing. You can't be what you can't see.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Who said that last week? Okay.
Man, look, the thing about it is like if I go out there, let's say I go out there and I get a Honda Civic. Great car.
Yeah.
A lot of
Right.
fun. Very reliable. Best car in the world. But I ain't never stepped foot in a Tesla before.
Yeah.
I ain't never been in a Lexus before.
Right.
What I know about a Lexus, but I ain't never been in one.
Right.
So you can't be what you can't see. If you can't even wrap your mind around the possibilities if you haven't been exposed to it.
And the Civic was not even a newer model either.
But
It was a 2012.
but here's the thing though. Again, and you learn this like even being coaches and counseling like that. It's like change the mindset because again, like you said, is what we fill those holes with. Because even if we seen it, then what we got to understand is that he's the one, the changing agent, to not have our situation be like what we saw.
But we need those seeds to be planted. Those seeds are
So
words.
we gotta so if you see and this is why it's important for us to really help people break free of these toxic relationships because you know we don't want them to waddle in water that's in spoiled water.
Water that's not wet.
The water that's not wet. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You don't want them. I'm dry.
You find that, let me know.
Okay, wait, y'all, wait. Okay, y'all know how I am. Okay, wait. I have to say this. You said about a car, right? A Honda. Okay, so how about me and my husband were so used to used cars that when we finally got into the one that you got to push, we had no clue. Remember that, babe? I said, babe, I don't know how to do it. And I went in the glove box. I'm looking for the little instructions, but they had been out for a minute. But we had
You
no
mean the
clue.
push start?
Yeah, the push
Yes,
start.
honey.
Yeah.
Oh, the push
We didn't
start.
even know those existed.
Oh, yeah,
They had
yeah,
been
yeah,
out for
yeah,
a minute
yeah.
because we were so used to, like, we was happy. Like, oh my
Yeah.
God, we got us a new car, right? It was a used car. The one, and not even the one where you just hold a key fob. We had the key that you put.
Oh man, y'all was.
But we was happy though, and we thought that was it, right?
Right. There it is.
Until we got that push start.
Aunt Liza, hold on, let me read Aunt Liza. You know, we gotta check in with
Hey,
Aunt
Aunt
Liza.
Liza.
Aunt Liza says my dad is on. Thank you, Dad. My sister on. There's a lot. We got a lot of
love
people
all of
on
y'all,
right now.
Dad, I saw you earlier, my peeps. Hey, Tease.
Aunt Liza said the problem is that we have too many adults using trauma as an excuse to bleed out on people, and they are not the one who cut them.
Ooh.
People get into their 50s and know that they are toxic and experience trauma, but don't address it or work on themselves. Absolutely, that's what Coach was speaking about earlier.
But sometimes, Aunt Liza, people get into their 50s with the same thoughts about themselves as they had when they was in their 30s.
That's real, too.
And
Yeah.
in their 20s. And sometimes, no matter how much people try to tell them we really don't tell people unless we mad at them that something wrong with them. You're not really going to believe that because you're mad at me right now. But a lot of times, even in their 50s and 60s, you got old fools out here. And the Bible speaks about that. Age does not determine whether you're a fool or not. So you got people out there that will never become aware because they stuck in their own stuff and they like the way they live. And you don't have to be with me if you don't want to. If you don't like me, I will block you, unfollow you. And the society that we live in now with social media is making it easier for not only people to ghost you,
Yep.
but it's also making it easier for you not to have to hear people
Yep.
when they try to help you, because you could just block them.
Oh,
Or they got
man.
all these new words, all these trending words that you can put out there now. Girl, all you got to do is unfriend them, unfollow them, and I think those are old words. They
I'm
got
outside,
new words
I'm
out.
inside, I'm on the other side, you know.
And you don't even have to have social.
But you know what too, and I know you can attest to this, Coach. It is not only the relationships that we seen, but sometimes our environments. Some of us grew in environments that were real toxic.
environments.
So when we
yes.
get around an environment that reminds us of what we went through, I used to get robbed over here, or I had to fight my way out of here. So when you get
That's
into
your
it,
mindset.
it's like your mindset is like, I'm in protective mode at all times. I'm from New York, so I had to grow up fighting. And if I didn't fight, I would have to fight because I would keep fighting because they would think they can pick on me. So I was that made me like, okay, you say something to me, I'm ready to fight because of the environment that I came out of.
Right.
So it's important coming out of these trauma situations that we develop a support staff or support group and support these people. You know what I'm saying? Don't just leave them, understand what they're going through, understand what they need, give them what they
remember
need, sow the seed.
when we got married, you were still in that little fight place.
Oh yeah, I was still,
And I remember I used to have to. He never hit me, people. He never hit me. The most we used to do is, I don't want nobody to think that because I ain't no easy win. I got hands
Thank you,
too.
Stacey.
But I digress. But what you
Right,
used to
you
do. What? I got that stance. But anyway, so what he used to do was he used to always be like ready.
On edge.
Right?
yeah.
Come
yeah.
on.
Yeah, on
And
edge.
I used to have
Protecting mode at
I
all
used to have
times.
to say certain things like, babe, I'm not here to hurt you. I'm here to help you. Or I would say, babe, come on. I'm coming as a friend. I'm coming to just tell you something. I know it's going to hurt to hear it, but because I love you. And I used to have to say things like that. And I know, people be like, girl, I ain't going through all of that. Yes. It's okay to go through that because I love you enough to see and notice the trauma and understanding your background and your story. I know what you've been through and I know why you come in. I know why you always on defense. So I have to be the one because I love you enough and I married you to help you through those moments so that you can
Gotcha.
see differently because your environment did create, but you're in a new garden now. And that
Gotcha.
garden is called Lady Free.
I want to say something after Pastor
Hey.
Jay read this comment because I see him. He want to read this comment bad. Go ahead, Pastor Jay.
Which one?
No, actually, because I want Coach to do, we gotta give him a little
Oh,
space to
man,
do his
it's
piece,
time.
because before time. But I wanna just a little couple of shout outs to my sister and her husband is on Fred and T's.
Absolutely. We love
want to
y'all.
get Stacy Brown. I don't know if you know who
Yeah,
that is.
that's the homie.
Hey,
Yeah, he
Stacey,
said, Coach.
she said-
No, he.
Oh.
He
She,
said,
that's
Coach.
she, that's she.
Oh, she.
Oh, I
Ooh,
was about
Stacy,
to
I'm so
say.
sorry. That's a unisex name, so don't get take it further. She said, Coach Andre, notice you doing your thing. This has been good, everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you
so
for
much.
joining us,
Thank you for
Stacey.
joining us, Stacy. Yeah, Coach is the bomb, man.
Always,
you got to bring her
Patricia.
back on.
Always.
You got to bring her back on. Actually, we getting ready to.
If
We're
you
gonna talk
if
after.
you watching the show,
Yeah, before
put your
you do
name
that,
in the
hold on.
chat. Put your name in the chat so we'll know like that you there. We want to give shout outs. We don't want to leave anybody out. But Coach,
Wait,
it is now time.
before y'all
Wait,
get
wait,
Coach
wait.
the
What?
floor. Hold
Yeah.
on.
happened?
I want to say something.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
want to say
Okay.
something before y'all get Coach the floor.
Okay,
Because
go
when y'all
ahead.
was talking, it made me think
Okay.
about something.
Okay, come
So
on.
a lot of because we normalize stuff so much as women, we like that what they call it, masculine woman stuff.
Right.
Is that a trauma too? The reason why I say that is because like before I got with my husband, I didn't even realize I was raised by a strong woman. So my mama taught us that there's nothing like even though you get married, what if your husband gets sick? It's nothing you can't do. Fix a car, whatever. So I remember like they would have men that would come try to help me, but they would always say, "Oh, I ain't doing it for free." And I'd be like, "Well, deuces, like, I don't need you. I can do it on my own." I was so stuck in that strongness and that strength that when my husband came along, he was like, "Mia, you need to get out your own way.
Oh.
Like, I'm not trying to get nothing from you. So you need to get out your own way.
Wow.
So I just wanted to share that because we don't even realize how like simple stuff like that could be out of trauma. We don't see that. We just think, oh no, I'm not no easy woman. I ain't. All of that could still be out of trauma, and we need to
Right.
stop because we'll miss out on things. We'll miss out on a man being a man in our lives because we're
Right.
too strong.
Yeah. We'll miss
Where we
out
get
on
this tomboy thing from? Ain't no tomboy. Where we get that from?
I don't know.
But you know what I think we do? Because we are so smart with words. I think we get given an excuse for this masculine energy from a woman. So we call it a tomboy.
I don't know.
But
I don't think that's the
think that's
definition
it.
of tomboy, though.
I don't think
that's
that's
what a
it.
lot. But that's what
No.
they
No, they don't
try
call-
to mean
they
that.
don't talk- they don't call-
I've been a tomboy when I was a
They don't
tomboy.
call studs tomboys.
No, I'm not
Tomboy-
talking studs. I'm talking about female,
Back in
that
the day.
masculine
Okay, so
energy.
let me break it down. It's gonna be quick.
D Curry, I see
I
you.
remember tomboys when I was growing up. We used to wear the big pants.
Yeah, I was growing up.
Because y'all got to understand something. As females, as our bodies start to produce little, breasts and stuff like that, we were shamed back then to like be having certain things growing on us or the lack thereof. So we used to act. It was a certain way we would carry ourselves, certain way we would wear our clothes. They're bigger than usual back in the day. A lot of my friends and that was a way. It was almost like a shame. You wearing this little training bra now, the little one, and it's like it's so much going on with our bodies. You remember that, Zane?
Yes.
But you call yourself a
'cause I was
tomboy?
Because
Yeah, I was a tomboy.
after wearing the baggy pants and the big
What
long
is that?
tees, it we'll talk about that on another
What
show.
is a tomboy?
We'll talk about
That wasn't my understanding of definition.
What was your
of it.
understanding?
A tomboy was just an active girl that did things that with the guys. Like that she might play football, she might be with the ATVs,
I did that
she had to
too.
play basketball.
Okay, so
to
that
me
was
that
it.
was a tomboy.
I
Yeah,
none
I
of
got you.
that.
That's it.
You saying what I'm saying in a
she was
nicer
still
way.
feminine, but she was active.
So I think
I was feminine.
well-rounded.
You saying what
I
I'm
was-
saying in a nicer
I
way.
think well-rounded kind of includes all of this.
Well, no, I don't think that's masculine though. I just think she's just
That's
active.
doing boy stuff. That's masculine. Playing
But her-
football.
But
and,
her mindset wasn't masculine. It was just she was active. She just like beat me outside.
you said active. I say
Maybe she
masculine
had
energy.
brothers and she just like, but see,
I
with
did.
what
My brother was
we
my
were
best
going
friend.
through and
I
what you're
played basketball with him, football, baseball.
Yeah,
I ain't do
absolutely.
none of that. I didn't play
We
sports.
lift weights together.
With the hats,
Push
with the
ups,
hats. I
push
even
ups.
seen them with baseball caps and stuff.
Well,
All right, y'all, we gotta go. But listen,
we running
listen,
out of time.
Listen, y'all. Before y'all go, listen, y'all. We gotta hear this poet, man. That this is what he does, and we want to give him before we
One
close out.
of the many hats. He got 8 job.
He got a bunch of, and we're gonna give y'all his information. Give him your information, man. Let him know where they looking you up, man. But come on, spit a poet for us, man. Spit something for us, Rev.
From dusk till dawn, from night till day, I live my life being careful what I say. From dawn till dusk, from day till night, I only life without putting up a fight. I have ups and I have downs, disguising how I feel. Sometimes I'm wishing this life wasn't real. It's hard. It's a challenge. It's a test. But I'm thankful that God has my best. With the Lord on my side, I'm on the right track. I'm grateful my future is prosperous, regardless of being black. Think what you want and say what you will, but I'm climbing these mountains. I'm climbing this hill. Time is ticking. The watch won't stop. It's only moving closer to me reaching the top. So that's a little poem.
You didn't say point.
But I'm gonna say one thing though. Remember, I always leave with this:
Okay.
speak what you seek till you see what you've said. Those dreams that you have weren't meant to stay in your head, but if they do, that's all on you because you have the power to make your dreams come true.
Hey.
Wow. Yo, y'all put some snaps.
Hey.
Patricia, I got you. We're gonna holler at you next week about that
Y'all
tomboy
listen.
thing. But listen, y'all.
This
Where
has
can they
been
find you at? Hold on.
dope.
What's your IG?
Yeah, IG is the letter U, and then will notice me. Very simple.
Okay.
You can also just Google Coach
And
Andre
where can they
Notice.
purchase your book at?
Yeah, my book, mycoachandre.com. And then the link is there, /books. I have this book. I have another book with Les Brown. And I'm currently writing another book called, well, I ain't gonna tell you, I ain't gonna get the title. But
Okay, so since you have this book, can you put it up a little bit so people can see as we go out? And just can you give us like a little summation? Why should they get this book?
Yeah, so this book is called Your Purpose Is Not For You. I did not come up with that title. I'm not that smart. God gave me this title in 2015. I didn't write it till 2021. This book is a guide to helping you understand what your purpose is and why it's not for you. So anybody that feels lost, that feels stuck, they feel like I'm destined for more, but I'm not walking in that more. I'm not getting paid what I'm supposed to be getting paid. I'm not living what I'm supposed to be living. This book is for that specific individual. And I have a coaching program to take them through the whole process to understand how to get to where they want to be.
Man, that's
Find your purpose, people.
Listen, yo, this show was, Coach, we got to bring you back, man. We got to bring you.
I'm with it.
We got to bring you back,
Yeah.
man. We got to bring you back. But listen, y'all, this hour go by so fast.
It does go by fast,
It
but
go
listen,
by so fast.
that's all right because
When you
we
talk
will
about that
be
good
back.
stuff.
I
We
know,
will
man.
be back
But
next
we will
week.
be back. We will be back.
Next Tuesday, same bad channel, same.
I'm
bad
your boy.
place. Wait, babe, wait. We got to start over. Go back. Okay, don't jump the gun. You ready,
I was trying to help her out.
baby? Please don't help.
Okay, all right.
Okay. So we will be back next Tuesday. This is Shift Real Talk, same bad channel, same bad place. I'm your girl, Lady Free.
I'm your boy, Pastor J.
And I'm Zadie, y'all.
We out, y'all.
And wait a minute, babe, you just go so fast.
Oh, wait a minute. I cannot forget about our special.
You
I
did.
I did a Joker.
Okay, so she said, and Zany. Oh my God.
I did a Joker.
That's how you could tell this is a real show. We didn't practice, and it shows. Okay,
but
Zany,
listen.
Zany, wait. And I'm Zany, y'all say that so Coach can say his part. Okay, go
And I'm
Zany.
Zadie, y'all.
This is Coach Andre here to save your day.
All right,
Yes, sir.
guys.
Yes, sir. We out, y'all.
Peace.
Peace.